Hi, everybody. Alright, so the Anonymous Legion, officially on their Twitter page, I apologize, not Twitter page, has announced a second wave of what they're calling OpIcarus. This is the second phase against the global banking cartel, as they call them, with heavy DDoS attacks starting on Tuesday. There's supposed to be a 30-day quote-unquote campaign against these guys, against the big banks. They've already targeted the Bank of Greece. And this is hitting up pretty much all the big banks. And if you guys are familiar with things, over the last 30 days or so, there has been a meme online from the anonymous networks saying that quite soon everyone's debts will be erased. Debts from the banks and establishment thereof. And I think they're going to hold everybody to their idea that they are going to actually prove that and go through with that. So this is actually seems like it's going to happen. I'm not going to, support every bit of this, but I think it's time that the big wigs and the billionaires that have been basically fucking up the world, pardon my language, know that, you know what? Once the banks go down, their defense companies go down, then everybody basically becomes like you and me. And once that happens, all hell breaks loose. Because you had nothing to lose and absolutely everything to gain. Or thereabouts. Now, I'm going to mention something very weird when I did try to put this up. It seemed like I had a minor attack on my computer where one of my images, oddly enough, started having a warning label, but one of my cats was walking across my keyboard and started that, so I imagine it was not a direct attack on my computer or on my person, especially by Anonymous. I think I am at least halfway decent with the Anonymous network. Also, I'd like to make a near personal announcement to the hackers out there. Somebody has tried to and been semi-successful with attacking my sister, who works at Ford Motor Company. They broke into her Microsoft account, oddly enough. Why Microsoft, I don't know, but they've done a whole lot of financial damage, which has been contained right now. But if anybody could, stop that attack, that'd be great. Somebody took out like a $57,000 loan in their name, all sorts of things. And I don't know why that happened. I'm guessing she left some personal information out that shouldn't have gone to the people that it went to, and lo and behold, justice came swift. So that's just a little situation there. But this is a 30-day campaign against central bank sites across the world. Massive push, according to video, aims to strike the heart of the empire by once. And I'm not so sure I will agree to everything on this. They're talking about basically everything from Visa to NASDAQ to Banks for International Settlement, all central banks, IMF, London Stock Exchange, and every major settlement thereof. I am a little worried about this because I do know that a lot of these sites have, like their own safety nets. Like if Wall Street went down, I imagine it would take down the major bank accounts of all the regular people almost immediately. I imagine there's some kind of safe haven for that, like they just automatically freeze everybody's account and you wouldn't be able to access it, and lots of other things. So I do issue warning to Anonymous that, to be careful. I know that if there's no money system, there is no money and money becomes worthless anyway. But my family doesn't have a whole lot in spending, so please and thank you. We all kind of look to the day where all this righteous damnation of the central banking cartels making all the wars and pushing all the cops into brutal, murderous sprees over a war on terror they're never going to end, and a war on banks and a war on drugs they're never going to end until they privatize it and, push it to where you need a security company just to walk out your front door. So I do kind of leave this in the hands of Anonymous and say thank you guys. Just be careful. Thank you guys very much. I do know that you guys are semi-clandestine from the higher up governments, and you probably have to be in order to do this. And just be careful, guys, because there are a lot of little people who kind of do need a little bit of help, and this could financially, harm thousands of families that are on the brink of having nothing, as well as bringing down the ones that have everything to lose. The Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, etc. I mean, $58 billion, what the hell are you going to do with that kind of money? That should easily be redistributed into, the areas that his authority manages. But that's just my opinion. I don't believe that. I believe that he's earned at least half that money. So that's my thing. Lots of people are covering this, folks. This is a big deal. At the end of March, Anonymous outlined its plan to launch OpIcarus, re-engage in a call to arms, stating, "We have shown the world our strength and deny ignorance, overcome adversity and fight oppression, and even the power to throw a wrench in the system that permeates it, ... And like Icarus, the powers that be have flown too close to the sun, and the time has come to set the wings, yada 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 yada." I apologize greatly, folks, for not being able to show you this page. I am going to go tonight and reinstall my my XSplit so that I can bring you the web pages again. Because this actually comes from a Free Thought project instead of the Anonymous HQ. So, God bless Anonymous. Remember, the little guys need a little bit of money on the side too. So, please and thank you. Just a little hint. Not asking. If I ended up with a cool million for some odd reason, I sure wouldn't be angry with it. It would go to good things. And if you bring it down to banks, you might as well help me out a little bit. Now, what would I do with $1 million if money was worthless? Well, at some point, there's some currency system that would eventually be replaced, and at least half of that money, or at least a quarter of it, would probably be intermediate between the currencies of the old system and the new, so it would help out a little. Just a little forewarning, or a little situation involving what they could also do along with taking on the big banks. Stopping the private universities, among others, would be another side project, which I know would be handled as soon as the banks went down, etc. So again, America 2.0 and I support Anonymous. We've always supported Anonymous. We support OpIcarus and the second phase. Be careful, guys. That's all I'm going to say. I got a funny feeling there's a monkey wrench waiting to happen. And, I'd hate to see people who have, $1,000 or less in their accounts lose everything because it all goes down and that's it. But if money was worthless, then it doesn't matter anyways. But again, redistribution of wealth, etc., would be nice. If you're going to bring down the banks, you might as well redistribute the wealth. Just an idea for the future. Thanks.